Welcome back to Learning to Be Prepared, everyone. This is part 2 of my Vanquest Trident 20 EDC backpack. If you haven't seen part 1, I would encourage you to go back and watch that, and that will give you a better idea of how the modules that are inside this backpack that we're about to take a look at now, how they work with the other items in the outside pockets of this bag. So for right now, to pick up on where we were in part 2, we're going to open the bag back up, and we're going to go ahead and take out each of these modules. Okay, and for right now, since we have all the modules out of the main compartment and the one that's in the back here, we're going to go ahead and take this off the table so that we have some more room. Okay, so here we have the first aid kit, the admin kit, the tool kit, the fire kit, the food kit, which is always important, and we also have the miniature survival kit. Now, I took this idea of the modules from the Urban Prepper, and he is the one that originally helped me really get a grasp of how I wanted to organize my EDC backpack. So for right now, let's just go ahead and start on the survival kit. And guys, if you still have not seen part 1, let me just remind you that my EDC kit is not a get home bag and it's not a bug out bag, but I did have certain items in here that just help me feel more secure when I'm out and about. And if I happen to find myself in a situation that I did have to respond to an emergency or anything along those lines, and I just happen to not have access to my bug out bag or my get home bag, I do have items in here that I feel will help me in the environment that I'm in to make it through some type of situation. So let's go ahead and start first with this survival kit. Okay, these are the Eagle Creek organizers, by the way. I get mine at Sports Chalet. First thing I have in here is a bandana, and if you're familiar with EDC items, everyday carry, you know bandanas have just numerous uses. The next thing I have is a headlamp, and I keep the batteries separate in this so that if I don't use this for quite a while, the batteries will hopefully still be good when I need to use this. Next couple items I have in here is going to be a little roll of duct tape, a button compass, and a whistle. This whistle actually came out of my first aid kit, but I thought it would be a little bit easier to access without having to dig into the first aid kit if I actually needed the whistle. Next, I have a secondary fire kit. I actually have a video of this, so if you would like to check out my Altoids fire tin, please feel free to do so. Next, I have a SOL bivy. This is just a small sleeping bag that on the go, if I needed to, I could take this out and at least cover up in the evenings. Next thing I have in here is some water filtration tablets. Keep in mind that inside the EDC bag, I did have a Frontier water straw. Those items are not my main ways of filtering water. In my get home bag and in my bug out bag, I do have better types of water filtration. I also keep in this an emergency blanket. This is not my favorite type either, but if there was a medical emergency and someone needed to get wrapped up and get some heat going, this inexpensive emergency blanket would work. In my other types of bags, I do have a little bit better emergency blanket by SOL. It's a 2-man emergency blanket. It doesn't rip near as easily, and it has emergency instructions written on it. So this is going to complete everything that I have in my somewhat survival kit inside my EDC pack. I will reorganize this a little bit later. Okay, the next kit that I just want to run through with you real quick is my mini fire kit. I do have another video on this. Feel free to check this out. But I'll show you on the inside. I have a lighter, light my fire, flint and steel, a pocket knife, a sparky, live fire, and in the back pockets here I have different types of tinder. If you check out the video on this, you'll see some examples of making fire with the tinders that are in here. Next is going to be my toolkit. This is a Vanquest organizer. It's a slim maximizer. Inside here I just have different items that I think are useful in everyday life. You know, I have a multi-tool, a pocket knife, a backup flashlight, quick ties, different items like that. If you would like to have a more in-depth look at this, I do also have a video on that. Feel free to check that out, guys. The next kit that I have here is going to be my first aid kit. Now, this is made by Adventure Medical Kits. It's designed for 1 to 4 people. It's their First Aid 2.0. When you open this up, I realized with the lights and stuff, it's kind of hard to see exactly what's in here. But I did add a couple of items to it. I added 2 N95 masks. I live in an area where earthquakes can happen, and so I wanted to have a couple of those. So if there's an earthquake and it's dusty, and we also get a lot of fires in my area, so I wanted to have those to be able to breathe a little bit easier. Also, I opened this kit up and I added my own baggie of medications for stomach issues in case there's an emergency. So I have some anti-nausea, some Pepto-Bismol, some medications to kind of help you from needing to go to the bathroom as much, and ones that if you need to go, it will help you do that as well. All these other items in here are actually what came in the kit. I simply took them all out and I put them inside the little craft baggies from Walmart. That way it just makes them a little bit easier to get to if you need to get items out of here. So this is going to be my EDC first aid kit that I have. These kits, by the way, I got mine from LA Police Gear, and I believe it was right about $18 to $20. So if you need a kit and you don't want to have to put one together from scratch, this is a good way to start out. Okay, and the next kit I want to show you guys is going to be my admin kit. And this is very similar to what the Urban Prepper used on the inside of this. I really like the idea of what he did. In the back, I have a couple envelopes and some stamps. That really is helpful for me, guys, because I have to pay one particular bill every month. And so it's always handy if I have to pay it while I'm out and about and I didn't have time to prepare it beforehand. Next in here, I have a Write in the Rain notebook. I have a Tide to Go, a highlighter, Sharpie, and a pen. On the other side over here is just a little bit of cash and a little bit of coins. I took my coins and just divided them up. I don't really ever use these coins, but if I ever needed to, I have them just nice and neat. Inside these bigger baggies, I have the little 1x1 inch baggies you get in the craft section from Walmart. And here I just have $10 or quarters because I can use those for parking meters and such in the area that I live in. Here, I just have a little bit of cash. It's not so much emergency money, but it is if I'm out and about on a daily basis and I just need access to cash and I don't have time to go to the bank. Okay guys, that is going to be everything in my admin pouch. The last pouch I want to show you is kind of the goodie pouch, and everybody likes food. So what I have here is if I'm out and about at work or whatever and I need a little bit of food, in here I keep some different honey stingers. One is strawberry, one is honey flavored, and the other is vanilla. And these are each going to be 160 calories. So while it may not fill you up, it does help to take away of your hunger a little bit. Next, I have some Justin's peanut butter. I like to keep 2 or 3 of these in here. These change up when you're hungry, out and about, and you don't want to just continue having protein bars. The peanut butter gives you just a little bit of a different texture of food. I know it's hard to see with the lighting again, but they make these in maple and in chocolate. They're $1 a piece, and I get mine at Walmart. Next thing I have in here are a couple of Luna bars. These happen to be honey salted peanut and iced oatmeal. These are 99 cents at most grocery stores. In here I have a Trader Joe's apple banana fruit bar. I keep these in my EDC bag, but right now I don't currently have any of these inside the get home bag or the bug out bag, because this is kind of held together kind of like a gel type substance, and I'm not sure how these would do inside a backpack that stays in my car for a longer period of time. The EDC bag goes back and forth between my work car and my personal car, so the temperature stays pretty consistent. But if I had these in my bug out bag or my get home bag, I'm afraid that when they're in the trunk throughout the day and the temperatures are just horrendous when the car is sitting in direct sunlight for hours and hours, and then at night cooling off and then repeating that process, I'm concerned that this type of bar may not last well. But I do have some inside my EDC bag. This is apple banana. Next, I have a couple of Cliff bars. Those are 99 cents each, and those are 1.6 ounces. For 99 cents, that's not too bad. On the other hand, I do have one of these Pro bars. This is supposed to be a full meal bar for them. It's 3 ounces, and it costs $3.30 at Sports Chalet. I think that's a little bit expensive compared to a Cliff bar, but again, it's nice to be able to change up the different types of food that you rely on in your EDC pouch. Okay guys, this is everything that I have in my food pouch. And before I end this video real quick, I wanted to show you guys that I do have a pouch that I call my Supplemental EDC pouch. This is for when I don't want to carry a full-size backpack and when I don't want to have a full-size backpack sitting on a front seat, because it's chances of if that bag gets stolen, it's more valuable than what I have in here. However, this does have a lot of the basic items that my EDC backpack does have, and it's really nice to have something a little bit smaller for those times where you just don't want to carry a full-size backpack. Feel free to check this out. It's the Vanquest Mobius Supplemental EDC pack, and I have a video on this. Okay guys, thank you again for watching. Have any comments, please leave those at the bottom. Like and share the videos if it found them helpful. Thank you.